Hi, Bart here. I want to discuss offensive use of a knife. The reason why it's important, even in self-defense, to know how to use a knife offensively is because you may, in order to defend against a knife, you have to know how a knife is used and how it might be used. And learning basic offensive use of a knife can teach you that. Secondarily, we do disarms, although we don't do many disarms for a knife. If you do end up with a knife in your hand, either because first you block it and the person drops it, or you pick up as a weapon of opportunity, there happens to be a knife around, maybe you're in a restaurant, who knows, and you pick up a knife or what have you. It's good to know the basic fundamental use of a knife. So we're not doing anything sophisticated, it's just very simple, and I just want you to get used to having a knife in your hand and using it offensively, or thinking about it offensively. So it's just going to be a 5-point drill, very simple. So what it is, it's swinging down, and then down across, swinging up, and then up across, and then stabbing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very simple. A couple things to keep in mind are the grip. Just have a fairly loose grip, not that you're going to hold it very loosely. You want to have your wrist fairly loose so that as you're bringing the knife down, you're snapping your wrist. It's not just robotically like that with a stiff arm. You want to take advantage of your ability to snap it with your wrist to create more lethality. The thing about a knife is if it hits a person, it's really all about speed. The power element is not necessary or relevant. Power, I mean, flexing my arm is just going to slow me down. Just being loose and fast is going to be much more lethal and much more effective. Unlike a punch, where generating power is fundamental to actually creating concussive force, a knife requires very little force. That's why, defensively against a knife, it's a very challenging situation because the knife can do serious damage just by touching you, basically. So anyway, just to review again, another thing to be aware of is be aware of the blade and the direction of the blade. As I'm coming down, I want the blade to be coming down first. I don't want to have the blade holding the blade like this. Obviously, that would be ineffective, or holding the blade backwards or what have you. Most knives are sharp on one side and not on the other side, so you want to be sure that you're cutting with the sharp part of the knife. So just to go through a quick drill, you can do this standing, you can do it kneeling, you can do it sitting, or sitting, laying down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be kneeling again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And standing again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not a knife teacher. There's nothing comprehensive about this, but it is basic ability to handle a knife and basic strikes that will be very lethal if you make contact. So just something to know and something to practice. If you want to study Kali, we have Paul White teaches a Kali class. He can teach you the intricacies of handling a knife in great depth. This is just a fundamental, quick drill teaching you how to handle a knife, basically. So thank you, and we'll be back soon. Keep training.